Ladies and gentlemen, how are you? It's me, it's Ken. We're doing that bits thing here. Brooklyn Independent Comic Showcase 2026 here at beautiful Industry City. This is the table of the Bronx Heroes. And here to tell me all about Bronx Heroes is Ray Felix. Hey Ray, what's going on, man?
How's it going?
So tell me about yourself and how you started Bronx Heroes.
Bronx Heroes is very interesting because it started off as a gallery show back in 2009. And then that evolved into like a comic book convention. And from the comic book convention came out the comics.
I do remember the Bronx Heroes convention, but I didn't make that out because I'm a little bit far away from the Bronx. So, but I like that it exists. So it stemmed from a comic convention.
It started from an art gallery.
Gallery.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
It was like a fine art comic book show called Dream Sequence.
Okay.
And then I literally did a pop-up comic convention after the opening of the show. And then we also had books. And at the time I was self-publishing books called The World on Superheroes. That was like my first title. So this was about Imagine the Mystic. He's a time traveler. Was a Vietnam veteran during the war in Vietnam. But he's a part of the MK Ultra superhero project. And he uses his powers, and instead of fighting the Viet Cong, he tries to use it to end the war. And he time travels to the future, but then he realizes that he actually messed up. So he meets an older version of himself that's homeless, who's trying to convince him to stop what he's doing. But of course, young people don't listen to old people.
That's right.
Even if it's himself. And then chaos ensues. It's a time travel mishap, you know. So the first one was over 20 years ago now. That was the 20th anniversary edition. But we've been at 30 years at this doing A World Without Superheroes. And other books during 2020 came out with Punchline. So these are other books in the same timeline, but different characters and new stories. So it's kind of like the same universe. I guess you would say like the Bronx Heroes universe. And this is a spin-off from A World Without Superheroes. Bronx Heroes was short stories about different heroes in the Bronx and in Harlem, since Harlem is like our sister city, right? So this is an alternate universe where the Black Panther Party and Muhammad Ali become superheroes, and their nemesis is Richard Nixon, you know? So I mean, so it's almost like an allegory of the whole Black Panther movement and the Black Power movement and the Civil Rights movement, but through the guise of superheroics. And then from there we did Bronx Heroes in Trumpland. Tom Siaka had Astron Star Soldier from the 80s, this book here from the 1980s. He wanted to revamp the character. So we revitalized him back in 2015 when Trump announced he was going to be a president and he wanted to run for president. And then when he actually became president, we got a publisher in Canada to put the book out where they time traveled to the year 2026 to stop him as he became a dictator. So it forecasted that he would actually become a dictator that destroyed the world in the year 2026 back in 2015.
Oh boy.
So that's the world blowing up behind him. And you got, it's a rhyming book. Imagine Hamilton rhyming with Donald Trump and his fiasco. So you have the whole rise to power, and you have Astron time traveling, trying to stop him, and you have like the Trump bot. And, you know, and it's almost like a video game to him. You have this pseudo Dr. Doom, Donald Trump, and it's a rhyming book. It's like, you know, it's like a musical, you know. So you find the right beat, you get the song in your head as they're singing and talking.
Are you going to release like a subsequent album of music to it, or?
Yes, I did a single track.
Did you? Okay.
Right. I wrote a song, which is actually the opening of it, and I'm just looking for someone who's a really good Trump impersonator to record it.
Okay.
We got the whole score we have the whole sound. We just need the voice to match.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So how important is a show like Bix for your brand?
Well, I think Bix is important, just like when I did my comic convention and highlighted independent creators, and I think we need more shows like this since I don't do a convention anymore. So it's important, especially in the smaller places like Brooklyn, Queens, Bronx. The outer boroughs need the same love and attention that Manhattan gets because, when you see comic conventions, people just think Manhattan, Big Apple, New York Comic Con, and we need to have more outer borough shows so that people can discover the beauty of our boroughs and not just have this mythology of what it was, which is kind of like 20 or 30 years old, but they don't know because they never came out, they never left. So I think it's important,
And you're doing good so far at this show, or? Whoops.
But it's all about meeting people, engaging them, and discovering new things about yourself and others.
Very cool. Now you said you also do a podcast?
Yep, I do a podcast. It's called Bronx Heroes. Bronx Heroes War on Comics is on YouTube and Facebook Live. We do it every Sunday at 11 a.m. I didn't do it today because I'm here.
All right, awesome. All right, Ray, I'm going to let you get back to the table and talking to other people about Bronx Heroes and all their collected universe. All right, my friends, it's me, it's Ken. I'll see you next time. Do me a favor, like, subscribe, click on the notification bell, and we'll talk next time. Okay, bye.